Hey guys, welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. It's time for a backtracking montage.
Hey!
What were you doing playing the crossword?
Kazooie's getting hurt.
D.
Oh, by the way, someone else is here.
H.
Yes.
Hey, Seely.
Seely's
Welcome
back.
Yay, I'm
Welcome
back!
back, Seely.
Give me an E, give me an R, give me an S. S
What made you so busy that you had to miss out on Christmas? And Halloween? And whatever the hell's at the desert?
It's only in this game where you get talked to by a book.
It talks down to you. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, you're one to talk book. We're playing a video
Them
game.
self-righteous book people.
And Seely no longer sounding like Clanker.
Wait, what?
She never sounded like Clanker.
What?
It's the braces.
I was talking about the metal in your mouth.
Oh. Yeah, I got that metal out of it, but it was replaced with another metal. It was actually replaced with gold. I have a
If
gold
one more
permanent
page
retainer.
I see you turn, then Grandy shall Cheeto burn.
I don't think they were that right.
Nasty witches,
Does she even have a lighter?
So the code I shall tell, enter blue eggs on sandcastle. Basically, this, as James previously mentioned,
Yeah,
this is how we
about.
double our ammunition. I love how he just pushes you away like, be gone.
What?
Okay.
Now leave me be.
Hey, gee.
So, James, how many of these cheat codes do you manage to
There
find?
it is.
He does all of them?
I only remember finding 2, but maybe
Okay, well-
maybe I did find 3. I could be wrong.
They are some of the best ones. I will say Gold Feathers is also another great one if we can ever find it.
I don't
Yeah,
re-
but
I
when
don't-
are we
I
gonna
don't-
get that?
I don't remember where you get the gold feathers Cheeto book.
I think there's another. You know what? I think I remember. There's another
Oh,
location.
that's right. By the way, it's time to take care of that one bit of that jackassery that took place during for ZZ Peak. Now we can
Boy.
actually do our rematch against Boggy on his sled.
And off he goes.
Thanks to the power of Nikes.
I do wonder what kind of jet propulsion he attached to his,
Oh god, no, don't even go there right now.
Too late, Seely. We already did in an earlier part.
Aw.
I do wonder what kind of jet propulsion you require to get that sort of leverage on your, what's it called? On your sled.
Beats me, but can I just say I still find it funny that for the first race he did have a second sled, but it was only fit for small walruses, and well,
Yeah.
didn't have any that was
Small-russes.
bare and bird-sized.
Even though the walrus wasn't really that much bigger.
I'm sorry, did you mean to say smallruses?
Smallruses.
S'mores.
I guess.
That's a new one. Oh, pro tip: jump up inclines like this to scale them up a little bit faster. But more or less, you want to. Don't think that jumping all across the flat fields. Ah.
Oh, I've lost again. Take my other medal. I'm off to look for my kids' presents.
About
Don't you think that's something you should have been doing in the first place?
I hope you actually return to your kids.
And spoilers: we've just wrecked a house, like a family life, by
Banjo the
winning these
Homewrecker.
medals. Literally, in the sequel, we have destroyed this entire. We've hurt his life and destroyed his entire family dynamic.
So basically,
I'm sorry, is it our fault that he neglected his own children in favor of fucking sled racing? Uphill?
so the way you say that, Logan, in hindsight, that would make Banjo-Kazooie an excellent candidate for point-and-click adventures.
Yes. Oh, I could actually see the two of them working like a Sam and Max thing. I could see that working.
Do.
Well, I'd take that more than what they did with them and nuts and bolts.
Oh, nuts!
That's all I gotta say on my part, just... rawr.
Not that.
But
Look
yeah,
and go.
unfortunately, we do need the pumpkin because apparently we were too big previously to fit through the door, let alone break the door with our own shoulder bars or whatever.
But thankfully, we are a baby gourd, so...
And apparently, Mumbo has a Halloween home here.
Huh, okay, I think this is the only time you find him in the overworld.
I believe
think
so.
so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just for the sake of this, which, look, at the end of the day,
I think this is his summer home.
at the end of the day, this kind of feels like padding.
But yeah, was there, like, let's be honest, was there really a reason why that door had to be, like, too big for us? Too small for
No.
us?
Because they really want us to use the pumpkin transformation that badly.
But wait,
Because they want
but
you
you
to
can't...
explore every nook and cranny of the game.
Oh, we gotta do it again. Which also... But that's the other thing, like, it's like a double layer thing. You can't use the pumpkin to break through the fence in the first place, but after you break the fence, then... So you either have to know to do that before ever even entering that Monster Mansion, or you're gonna be doing some weird faff and backtracking somewhere.
Pumpkin making Mumbo hungry. Me get pot ready.
No.
No. I want out. But yeah, no, that's unfortunately that I believe is mandatory. You do need to do that.
Man, that shot right there looks like something out of Banjo 3's pre-release pictures. Or like the fan-made concept art.
Oh, the fan-made stuff, okay.
Yeah, because I remember there was like this one image of Banjo-Kazooie looking at the camera while underwater. And I can't tell if that was fan-made or made by Rareware.
Actually, now that I think about it, I just remembered of something I learned about not too long ago. Apparently, Rare did have plans for a pseudo remake of Banjo-Kazooie at one point, even before they made like the concept stuff for Nuts and Bolts.
I mean,
it was called Banjo X, and it was going to be something along the lines of a remake. But this was also around the time when they were starting to go gung ho with their meta humor, and they were kind of make that true with this game as well. Like they were aware that this was pretty much a remake of a game that was made back in the day. And, well, I mean, it only went so far until it got canned. But you can see concept art of what the likes of Mumbo would have looked like. And actually, the CG model they have for him looked pretty good.
Can you send me a link after this?
Did it have the whole square nose thing like Nuts and Bolts did?
Ugh.
No. This was before they implemented the different
the blocky designs. Ugh.
That was the weirdest. I mean, that was the weirdest thing to me. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say.
So yeah, finally have our first.
Okay, James first. Otherwise, we're gonna be here all day. Thank you.
Fine.
Okay, James first because this is the glory of doing Let's Plays over internet calls. James first, then Nikki, then Hype.
All I was gonna say is that I'm one of those people that don't hate the Nuts and Bolts style as badly as others. Yes, I don't think it's as good as what we had beforehand, but as far as like new aesthetics, I could have gone with worse.
It's probably the least offensive part of Nuts and Bolts.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Oh no!
Rusty Bucket Bay this part!
Oh Dios mío!
In both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, usually the penultimate stage is the hardest one. It is an industrial themed. Welcome to Rusty Bucket Bay.
Oh, you're right. They're both industrial. Huh.
And then the last level is always weird, wacky, and kooky.
Yeah.
They kept that consistent. What are we doing down here?
Because we can't go past there, but we can at least see through.
Oh.
Also, that fire is on underwater?
You're right.
There's a torch back there. It was still lit.
Hey Kazooie, why is that torch lit underwater?
Don't question it!
I don't know. How can the fat Plunder Boy shoot fireballs underwater?
You got me there.
How can we talk if we're only aminals?
How could a gorilla breathe underwater?
Eventually he grew a brain and then he couldn't breathe underwater anymore.
Yeah. I still love that idea that he was just so dumb he didn't realize that mammals needed air, and so he didn't.
I like how you're hesitating before...
Yeah, we're gonna take a break from this. Sealy, have you ever seen Rusty Bucket Bay?
No, I have not.
Oh, well.
Prepare for shock and terror. On smell of shit.
So...
Welcome to industrialism.
Industrialism, the level.
Yeah, welcome to Dire Docks, but evil.
And angry life preservers.
How oxymoronic.
Yeah. Everything wants to kill you. There's a bonus section that sucks.
You know what's kind of the ironic thing, though? Like, I know a lot of people tend to say this is probably the worst level in the game. Yeah, for some reason this didn't give me as much of a headache as Mad Monster Mansion did. Not sure why.
It's the worst level in the game for two reasons, I'd say. For one, a lot of the passages are kind of vague, and there's the fact that, just swimming is toxic for you.
Oh, yeah, that's
And then there's this area that you just stumbled into. The only bottomless pit in the game, and what a bottomless pit it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rusty Bucket Bay's engine room.
There are two. One is even worse, I think.
No, they're both the same room.
Oh, whoa, God, and thus, if you fall...
Down we go! Oh,
hey!
Save us!
Save
Save us! No!
Right.
Yep.
And you die. You will lose more lives, I think, in this level
than any other in the level.
And by the way, dear God help you if you're playing on original N64 hardware.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where note memory doesn't
where you have to collect
exist.
all the notes. Ugh.
Yeah. No.
Wrong button.
No.
Pick it up.
Sorry, brain fart.
egg part.
Devil damn it.
You only have to do this once, but you can build little bridges.
You know, on the bright side, at least I died when I barely activated anything at all, so it's as if nothing ever happened.
Also, we got these slugs in the walls again.
Actually, real quick, I just remembered. I say you only have to do that once. That's not entirely true. There is one right.
No, don't do it.
Oops.
I think there's one where it only costs like one egg, but it does have a timer.
And you plunge. You'll lose air while in that gunge.
And don't even try.
Not
and
even
don't,
swimming on top of the water is safe.
and don't even try to. Okay. Oh, that's how you send it. Okay, and then this only stays like this for a little bit of time.
Yeah,
No,
remember,
it's-
only
no,
the
it's-
toll is 2.
No, it
Doesn't
stays
stop
like
you.
this for. It stays like this for as long as you don't die.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, and sorry, and don't even try doing that trick
Nope.
of.
Nope.
Don't even try doing that trick of jumping and jumping a lot on the water. As
won't
long as
work.
you're in that zone, you're losing health.
Not entirely true. Like, honestly, if you do keep
Oh, God, how
going
are
and
you-
some-
So
and
what's
somehow
Snacker
Mr.
doing
and
here?
Snacker's in here.
Snacker?
Hell?
How's he surviving?
Snacker, you're drunk. Go home.
Oh, that's right. Silly wasn't with us when we got to Snacker, wasn't she?
Not in that part. I
But
don't
yeah,
think.
no, like, Logan, you say that, though. Honestly, I do that anyway, and I don't lose nearly as much health as if I stayed on the surface.
The music.
Huh. Well, yeah, the music's the only good part about this level.
Oh yeah, the music's still good. Like, honestly, I can't think of any really...
She means the...
Yeah, Oh, are you talking about the Siva Gunner version of this song?
No, I was talking about what happened.
No,
just a
she's
minute-
talking about the tune that
Oh,
happens
yeah.
when the shark comes up.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
For a second, I thought you were going to mention the Siva Gunner rendition of this level's music. My God, I love that.
By the way,
What does he do
my
with this
apologies
one?
to that port. By the way,
Hang on, Nikki. What's up, James?
my apologies to that poor dolphin that's literally not only suffocating from the toxic water, but also got himself impaled by an anchor.
Oh yeah,
we're not there
Oh
yet.
yeah, no, she's down there and she's been hurt. We gotta try and help her. All right, back to you, Nikki.
But not quite yet.
Not until next part.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first two-parter of the game.
The levels become more convoluted.
They'll go through relatively quick. You'll know what I mean.
Spending it via swimming in toxic shit.
Although, my God, thinking about this, Rusty Bucket Bay really is not as big as I remembered it. It's a lot
Well,
smaller.
no, it's just a
God.
big old box with more sub-areas than a
Grunty
general area.
No, Grunty Industries.
Ugh. Well, the thing with Grunty Industries is, yeah, it's still a big old box, but there's so many more sub-areas. And verticality.
You could just say that the problem with both games is not so much that they're big, it's more so that they're the most dangerous levels in the game.
Do.
Well, there's this in the upcoming level.
Well, the next level I wouldn't argue that is all that dangerous, just...
I'd say it's dangerous.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't find it that bad.
We'll get to it. We'll get there when we get there. But,
Fair enough.
What?
Under the skin, you'll breathe your last. Because air is used twice as fast.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't talk about that. When you're swimming on the surface, it goes down at the normal rate of if you're in Jolly Roger Lagoon or whatever.
It's as if you're
Treasure
swimming
Trove.
underwater while swimming on top of the water.
Above water.
Also, I noticed that honeycomb's just sitting there.
And it's going to be
In
sitting there
midair.
for the rest of its days.
No,
Okay.
in midair.
Going stale from the salty sea air.
The toxic, shitty smell.
It almost makes me want to go to beep.
Now, if I remember correctly, the background for this level specifically is the same skybox they were going to use for an earlier level called Hammerhead Beach.
Oh boy.
I take it that was essentially just going to be like a alternate version of Treasure Trove Cove.
But unfortunately, it didn't make it into the full game. Except for one scene that we'll see later on. Also, don't fall into the toxic shit over here. It's
It
instant
burns
kill.
you like lava.
If you do, he'll become radioactive, and that can't be good.
It'll
Yeah.
be like the snippers.
No, become
the
2D.
mutant snippers. I was talking about the mutant snippers. Oh, by the way, who here likes TNT boxes?
Oh God!
Ooh.
They can hurt too.
They look like they hurt.
Yep.
What mean sons of bitches?
Yeah.
One more?
They're almost as bad as the witches I know.
The witches?
Yeah, that element was kind of a reach. And Yeah. Unfortunately, the whole thing of, well, shooting eggs into those holes more than one time, that's only for the first one we did. Every other time, you just gotta follow the number, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
But anyways, now we have some giant cranes keeping the boat in place.
Don't forget the notes. There you go.
For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take them as you see fit, because they're pretty much going to be your primary means of getting to the ship. Aside from, well, the bridge at the very beginning that I blatantly skipped.
And it looks like there's a Jiggy underneath that cage, but how do we get to it?
You use the crane.
And we gotta get there fast, or else it's going to cover Jiggy again.
Yep, so fastest way is just use the crane itself. So random thing, because I'm almost entirely checked out at the moment, just because brain is mush at the moment. Who
Join the
here,
club.
that I tried to
Hooray.
post earlier, who here has noticed...
Ooh!
Ouch.
Come on.
Close shave.
And don't worry, once you pick up the Jiggy, the cage automatically goes up. Who here has heard that there actually looks like they're going to finally bring back the Twilight Zone?
Really?
You said what?
Yep. You gotta listen to me, Moriki. They're bringing back the Twilight Zone.
Didn't they already bring it back in the 90s?
Yes, and they're bringing it back again, and it's been like 20 years since the 90s.
You're right.
We're old.
Where?
And it seems like they will be
You
having...
only say we're old,
they'll-
silly, because the very original Twilight Zone was a thing before we were both born. Oh,
It was back when
Yes, I know,
black and
don't
white
remind
TV
me.
were the norm.
And so they're bringing back the Twilight Zone, and they'll be having Jordan Peele be the new narrator.
Oh shit, really?
also
Yep.
that's why he was.
Nice!
I posted it in the streaming chat just a little while ago, Wiki. Oh yeah, you guys are still doing the other video. Yeah, no, he posted. They straight up. He finally announced it on his Twitter with a little video showing off the intro and him narrating it. It's coming to CBS.
That's gonna be a ton of fun.
I think it is. I enjoyed the Twilight Zone.
I
friend
enjoyed
is all-
Twilight Zone and I enjoyed Jordan Peele. Also, these
Have
are
you-
some tiny slugs.
What the heck? Forgot about
jeez.
you.
And you.
Oh, Sealy, you should be grateful you didn't see the ones we found at Mad Monster Mansion.
Yeah, those were like skeletal sluggy things.
Could you kill those ones, the
Those two.
skeleton ones?
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
you can. They're just nothing more than a cosmetic change.
Okay. Oh, Icky, if you like Twilight Zone, have you heard... Why did you do that, James? I was gonna say...
You monster.
I was gonna say, Icky, if you have... if you like Twilight Zone, have you heard of a series called Black Mirror?
Yeah, my sister's talked about it once or twice. Also, look!
Oh.
More happy-looking explosive crates!
I think it's a decent, like, sort of Twilight Zone.
There you go.
I would look into it, but from what I was told, it is neuro-traumatizing in some episodes.
It can be traumatizing in the sense of it can be very bleak and very much fill you with fear in the sense of like, oh, nice. In the
Oh,
sense
hey.
All that for a one-up.
in the sense that a lot of the stuff they cover are things that we
level only
already
enough.
kind of do nowadays.
It's basically the digital age taken to its logical extreme.
Especially the frickin' Oswald effect or whatever that one is with the bear. That actually deals with like political and like someone was. There's a lot of stuff with that.
To be honest, the only episode I read up on was I forgot the name of it, but it was the one where the kid is recorded by some anonymous person.
Oh
and-
yeah. And then it turned.
And has to go through all these disgusting trials and tribulations just to get
or else he'll be
passed.
found out. Or else
Yeah.
he'll be found out which.
Ow.
I don't know if I should spoil. I don't know if I should spoil it because that is a really.
And it's
good
not until you
episode.
find out the reason why he's so nervous to get that video footage away from the eyes of basically everybody he knows.
he did something bad. Not only
Very
that,
bad.
very bad. Not only that, but the part about I guess I won't spoil that because you don't really need to know. You just need to know that he did something bad. The thing that makes it so interesting is that it's like a group of the people who got the footage of him. They're like an organization, and they not only have targeted and caught evidence of the kid, but multiple people, and they're all having them do stuff because they know just how much power they have over them because they don't want that truth to be revealed to other people.
It's basically a much more malicious version of Anonymous, as it were.
To the point where they outright have two people fight to the death over it, knowing that neither of them wants to be found out.
Yep. And neither of them want to fight.
And then once the blood is spilled, you finally found out this deep, dark secret that this kid's been trying to hide. His left tail light was out.
And
Nah, it's actually far worse. I'll tell you later. But
It turned out to be red herring.
if you're expecting something funny like embarrassing snapshots at the Christmas party, it's far worse than that.
It's far more serious. But anywho'ser,
I imagine it is. I just wanted to make the joke.
That Jiggy behind those fans can fuck off.
yeah, that's a screw right off that. Anyway, but yeah, Black Mirror I enjoy, but I'm really happy to see the Twilight Zone come back. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do when I'm like bored is one of them, I should say. There are a lot of things I do when I'm bored. One of my favorite things to do when bored and I have access to internet and in particular Wikipedia is I love reading the episode like synopses of like old Twilight Zone episodes because there were some really thought-provoking, interesting stories they tackled.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites that I learned, I remember learning about back in high school. I forget what was that one called, Icky, where it's like the monsters on something street?
Oh, this one sucks.
The monsters were us?
No. It's like something on. It's not Elm Street. I'm just thinking that because I saw Nightmare on Elm Street a couple weeks ago. It's something.
Which
Monsters on
Original
Cherry
or
Street.
remake?
The original, dude. The remake sucks.
Just wanted to ask for
It
clarification.
was produced by Michael Bay. Remember that. Anyway, the remake was done by the remake / reboot was handled by Michael Bay. Remember that.
I thought J.K. Early was pretty decent.
There was this movie. There was this episode of the Twilight Zone. It was like the monsters on something street. I know if it's like it's a very unassuming name street because that's the point. It's supposed to look like it's just an ordinary house, and the idea behind that was that like suddenly the power was going out. Like an entire. Oh wait, I just realized I'll save the story for the next part.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez.
Because unfortunately we've run out of time.
Oh, no.
Alrighty, stay tuned, everybody.
Yep, next part, we're going in the ship.
Oh, boy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
These are the Twilight Kazooies.